Hi, I'm at a funny angle again. I do apologise. It's being in a strange place. I've got everything set up in my house, so I know where to put the phone when I'm filming. But here, levels are sort of it's easier to sit on the floor. Anyway, I finished House of Day, House of Night by Olga Tokarczuk, and it's just come out on Fitzcarraldo, but it was actually published, I think, around 2003. As it says here, it's her fifth novel to appear with Fitzcarraldo. So it's not chronological, the way that they've printed them, I don't think. As far as I can see, this one was written in 2003 and translated by Antonia Lloyd-Jones. It's full of sort of like little vignettes, recipes, dreams, stories. Everything it's always like little pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. You've got a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. Throw the pieces, and you've got to put them together, and you get the feeling it will all create a bigger picture. Our named narrator, she's moved to this village in Poland with her partner, who's referred to only as R. And she develops a relationship with her neighbour Marta, an older woman who makes wigs, who is almost one with the land. She grows things. She's part of the landscape almost. And Marta tells her stories about people in the village. You've got Marek, who feels that he's got a bird inside him. You've got a guy who thinks that he's turning into a wolf. Marta tells these stories about people. But also, you've got dreams into this, because our narrator has sort of almost joined an online forum about dreams. Every night people post their dreams, and she's trying to find patterns within these dreams. She finds that some mornings when she logs on, everybody's got a dream about planes. Everybody's got, there seems to be patterns. And we're told towards the end that R has this thing about clouds, and even as a boy, he was looking for patterns within clouds. So there's a sort of synchronicity between them. She also talks about mushrooms, particularly poisonous mushrooms, for which she provides recipes and cook them. I wouldn't trust any of the recipes in here, not at all, because she talks all the time about poisonous mushrooms. So how do you know whether these recipes are okay or not? I certainly wouldn't even go towards trying them. And she even talks about wanting to live as a mushroom, if that makes sense. But we don't only get her stories. We don't only get the stories. We don't only get her life, or what she's doing, her day-to-day life. We don't only get Marta's stories. We get other stories as well. We get the story of Kumanis, a woman who was martyred, and the monk who wrote her story, who documented her life and her works. A monk who wanted to become a woman and to live in a convent. And then you get the story of, and it's called A He and a She, a young couple who fall in love, get married, and they both take a lover, but the lover, his lover and her lover, they've got the same name. These stories sort of cross boundaries, they cross borders, they cross timelines, because you've also got stories of people who have moved, who've been placed into the village near where our narrator is after the war. You know, they were sort of evacuated almost to this village. And all of these stories, you get the feeling, as I said at the beginning, that they'll all go together. They sort of form a picture. And this is what she says right at the end. This is, let me just find it. It'll be possible to put all the pictures together like a jigsaw puzzle, or to load them up one on top of another in the computer, or to make a single sky out of them with the help of a software program, and then we'll know. That's the end, and then we'll know. So it's up to us, excuse me, it is up to us, the reader, to put them all together, to create the picture that we want. There is no definitive picture, there seems to be. There's no definitive, you've not, like jigsaw, you've not got the picture at the front and you're going to make the picture at the front. You don't know what the overall picture will be. I don't feel as though I've made a lot of sense with this video. Because I think I'm going to need a second picture. There's so many little pieces in here that I almost need to go, I do need to go back and see how they fit. You know, her books, you come away from her books with a feeling that she's done something amazing, because she leaves you with so many questions, not questions, but you're left thinking about things that you have read in here. So elements, you think about the guy who's turned into a wolf, the guy who's got a bird inside him, and there are things that Marta says that resonate so much as you're reading. A super book. Somebody said that it reminds her of a flight, the way that flight is constructed. This is constructed in a similar way, but I've never read Flight, so that's one I've still got to read. But yeah, it's Flights. I've never read that one. I've read Drive Your Plough Over the Bones of the Dead, and I've read Enthusiasm. I've never read Book of Jacob. It's on my son's bookshelf here somewhere. A huge book. I always get, silly isn't it, I always get turned off by huge books. I have to sort of prepare myself to read a huge chunky book. But yeah, House of Day, House of Night, it's just been published by Fitzcarraldo. So happy reading, take care, bye.